What's up, little babies? This episode of Callbacks, we talk about a little bit of Thanksgiving prep. We talk about death row meals. We talk about Sam not liking Thanksgiving because he hasn't eaten with enough black people. Tap into today's episode. Thank you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a lot. Not in his small town.
I've been looking under rocks and breaking locks, just trying to find you.
Make me wet, make me water.
I thought I picked out the song.
Me who's mine.
Do you think people like that we start singing? Or they kind of like, why do they do this every single time? What is up? This is another episode of Callbacks. I am your host, Sam Salem, a.k.a. Samuel Sleeves on social media.
Yep.
Yeah. I said it last episode and I'll say it this episode. Yep. Now that it's fall, I can really start dressing.
Wait.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the kicks. That's that adjunct professor drip.
Ooh, Mr. Salem, I need help on my test. No, I can't read good.
And that voice that you hear is the voice of an angel. He is my co-host. Yep. He's on my right, the camera's left. Mm-hmm. He is former D1, forever all-star.
Yeah.
Danny Sellers, a.k.a. Deacon Dan, a.k.a. Lil Dan, a.k.a. the guest preacher.
Yeah, what's up, babies? We back. Callbacks. A lot of energy, a lot of vibes, a lot of sophistication, a lot of rawness, authenticity.
How many? I think we need like a really dedicated fan to go back through every episode and do a raw tally on Danny. How many times has he said the word raw?
Yeah, I mean, not enough, obviously, because the streets need more rawness, realness, and I'm here to bring it.
Like sushi.
Yeah.
On that sushi flow.
Elk diet.
Keep it elk. What is the elk diet?
That's what Joe Rogan does. He eats only like elk and like hot peppers and testosterone and shit.
Elk and hot peppers? That's a joke or that's real?
No, it's real. I mean, I don't think he only eats that, but that's like that's like he eats meals like that where it's like elk and like peppers and shit.
Have you ever had deer?
Jerky, I think. Yeah, I've had deer jerky before. You know what's also super funny too? You ever seen these clips online where it's these white men doing these like military camps where they're getting like cussed out by like these other white men? You seen those online?
I was gonna go with you, but I have no idea what you're talking
about.
I
think it's like these people are opting in to get roasted by these like ex-military people.
It's basically like men want to be like, I want to be a real man, so let me like get fake military experience.
Yeah, like instead of going to therapy and like apologizing, these dudes like opt in to get like cussed out and like, you're not shit. And they like throw chains on their back. They got like bear claw.
It's like Scared Straight but for adults.
Yeah, like no, mainly white men pretty much. It's only, I'll show you after this. It's like only white dudes and they're like getting like smacked and cussed out. And it's like they're accountants and like, you know, VPs of sales getting roasted by these military dudes. It's the funniest shit.
Why are my people the way they are?
Well, don't say all people. It's a particular.
My people.
Oh, okay.
White men.
Thank you.
Straight white men. Shouldn't have brought that up.
Well, I shouldn't have brought it. You shouldn't have brought it up.
Oh, I shouldn't have brought up straight white men. Just real.
Nah, keep talking about y'all. What else y'all want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm a landowner. I'm over 6'2".
Ooh.
So, just some facts about me.
Super caucusy.
Sorry. Married, though. And I'm not sorry.
For that.
10 toes.
It's a small town. This wouldn't happen in a small town, would it?
Shout out. Honestly, people want to know who Danny and mine's biggest inspiration is, and it's Jason Aldean.
Yeah, this wouldn't happen in this double Chico wouldn't happen in a small
town. That's incredible. We are back, just the Midwest Boyz together. Y'all been liking the solo episodes. So again, give us a little feedback. We did get one question before we get into the trenches.
Thank you, babies.
And this question comes from the one and only, the lovely
Big Shantae Keisha.
Sly_Justin.
Oh, what's up, my boy?
What are your death row meals?
Oh, damn, bro, why you gotta be so depressing?
Because we know your future.
That's crazy.
You're gonna snap.
Death row meals. I mean, you only get one,
pressure.
right?
Yeah, it's too much pressure.
I mean, you got to go Thanksgiving. I know we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Thanksgiving
is the most overrated food meals ever. One of the best Thanksgiving meal I ever had is I ordered Domino's.
That is the widest. Okay, hold on, brother.
Mac and cheese. Okay, mac and cheese is fine. Okay.
Go ahead.
Danny's mouthing. He's white to the camera.
I'm not gonna
stuffing.
It's not like I'm gonna clip that up or anything.
Stuffing. Okay, fine.
Sam, who cooks? Like, where are you at when y'all Thanksgiving food is delicious?
Yeah, maybe it's just I'm with too many whites, but
bro, so if I'm dying or I killed somebody, whatever, with death row, greens, boom, with the turkey necks and the motherfuckers simmering all day.
Turkey's not that good.
Okay, can I finish? You asked me a question and then white man wouldn't let me finish my black soul food story. Can I finish or not? Mitch McConnell.
Okay, keep playing the victim.
Why don't you pull up your storytelling bootstraps?
You people.
Yeah, right. Greens.
If you don't laugh at the jokes like that, then people think I'm serious.
Come on, my feelings are hurt, brother. So what you want me to do? You took it too far. Greens.
I didn't take it far enough.
Yams. Mac and cheese.
Yams like with marshmallows?
No.
Don't people do that?
Some people, yeah, sometimes, but you don't need it. That's too much.
I'm not even sure I've ever even had yams.
What do you mean?
It seems like a pretty straightforward statement.
You just have like cold sweet potatoes with a knife. These are delicious.
Honestly, I've just never I was a really picky eater as a kid. And yes, grew up a lot of people who didn't know how to season. But it's just like turkey, even when people make it, like do a really good job of making it, it's still kind of a little dry always.
Do you like fry it? Do they bake it? Do they fry it? Black people fry turkeys.
Yeah.
A lot of black folk fry.
You're right. It's usually roasted. It's not fried.
A little fried turkey is good. I mean, the thing is,
but like mashed potatoes are good, but I don't really view those as like a Thanksgiving food.
No, it's not. It's not. The core. Look, let me tell you, the Affinity Stones Black Thanksgiving greens,
beans, tomatoes, potatoes,
more damn near that. Mac and cheese, turkey stuffing, and that's really everything else is cool.
Wait. Say it again. The Infinity Stones.
Greens.
The Infinity Stones of Black Thanksgiving.
Greens. Greens. Yams. Mac and cheese. Turkey / ham. Both that's one stone. And stuffing. That's really what you need for everything else is like you can do the cranberry sauce, you can do, corn pudding, you can do all these little other things, but those 5 things is what's like
I think
the Thanos Infinity Stone.
Will you bring me to a Black Thanksgiving?
I don't want to have that pressure of you being like, hey, this is my white friend Sam. That's a little bit too much.
He called me his friend though. So you're gonna say that Thanksgiving. So first off, you're gonna gatekeep
blackness.
Dude.
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna gatekeep Thanksgiving from me.
Well, I think y'all started it. We just kind of had to.
No, let's not look into that. No, I think it's
actually next topic. But no, yeah, I mean.
What is stuffing? Honestly, well, I couldn't even tell you.
It's like bread and little seasonings and like it's vibes.
Yeah, I went to a Friendsgiving last night, and I thought, first off,
already people having that Friendsgiving already.
Yeah, because everyone's going to be leaving. I mean, Thanksgiving is
2 weeks
and 2 nights. Yeah, so people like before they leave LA, Friendsgiving in your 20s versus Friendsgiving in your 30s.
What's the difference for you?
I like Friendsgiving in your 20s because it's basically just like, hey, we're having Friendsgiving, but all it means is everyone's wearing a sweater and then.
Yeah.
Drinking a lot of wine.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, and then we have some like maybe charcuterie. 30s, they're like, oh, we actually prepared Thanksgiving dinner and let's sit down and say what we're thankful for. Right. I'm like, I don't want to be a real adult.
But
it was great. So they had the stuffing.
Who's cooking? I'm actually confused as to why.
Church folk.
Ooh, okay. But not like soulful church folk, just like we're just here.
No, it's the whites. It's the white church folk.
Yeah, you got to be some black ladies.
So they didn't
big arms.
They maybe stuck their toe in it, not quite their foot in it.
Did any of them, the ladies that were cooking, have big arms?
No.
Well, then that's your fucking problem, brother. You got to have big arm black ladies.
And there was a vegan there, so there was like pesto.
See?
It was good pesto though.
It was good pesto though.
I really like the pesto.
That's crazy. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I mean, look.
But I just think there are so many better food. Sure. Okay. So I'm sure if I had it properly seasoned, it would all be great. And I don't think the foods are bad. I think that's where, when I say overrated, like I enjoyed the meal. I enjoyed the stuffing. I enjoyed the turkey. I'm not a personal corn guy. I hate the texture of corn.
Okay.
But it was a good meal. I just think in terms of like death row meals.
What you gonna do? Like,
and like, oh, this is.
So what is your meal then? What is yours, brother? Yeah,
have you eaten like Mexican food or like Indian food?
You gonna have tacos on your death row?
Bro, have you had birria tacos? Yeah, brother.
Oh my God.
Have you had a quesadilla before?
Yeah, bro, it's decent. But that's only one, like, if you're on death row, you're dying. You did it, you're on your way. You need multiple things where it's like, you go to like the other side of the plate.
Yeah, give me some like,
you need to like,
give me some like chicken tikka masala with some garlic naan, some great rice, some like, I don't know. I just think Thanksgiving people are like, oh, this is the best meal of the year. Then why don't we make it more often then? Why do you never eat any of that stuff other than at Thanksgiving?
Sam, Negroes eat that often. That's what I want you to understand. We eat that shit a lot. It's not like in LA, not as much because we don't have as much soul food, but that is the diet for a lot of black folk.
Just yams,
greens, yams, and turkey. That happens a lot. When I would go, let me tell you something.
Like it's your birthday, that's what they're making.
I would go back home to Cincinnati, and my granddaddy, I would go to his house, Cincinnati. Any given day, Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, dinner time, whatever it is, there was going to always be some fried chicken low-key there, or some fried pork chops, maybe some beans, and some greens on the. That's just that's soul food is what. Not to get serious, but that's like what we ate out of like slavery and shit. So it's like the diet of a lot of black people.
Okay, well, again,
unless you want to deny my history, then go ahead.
Slavery, all right, dude. It's 2023.
Get over it. Oh God.
The problem is that I'm actually too close and comfortable around you that anyway, it's just bits. But apologies. Apologies for being myself. Yeah, but like, okay, pork chop's great. That's not Thanksgiving food. I just think Thanksgiving food. I think Thanksgiving food is the hottest kid in high school in a small town. Great, you're hot for a small town. Go into the big city.
Same, but you gotta understand, your high school fucking sucks. I'm at the cool high school. The football team's booming. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look good.
But you're making my point. Yeah, my high school, like, it's just like, yeah, you're a big fish, small pond.
You go to like a small little quaint private Christian school that's like, we graduated 45 people.
I'd take 4th of July food over Thanksgiving food any day of the week. Give me barbecuing, give me burgers, give me freaking cheesy potatoes.
That's a good debate. Thanksgiving food or 4th of July food.
Give me some ribs. Are you kidding me? Honestly, barbecue might be if you're talking in death row meals, let me get a rack of ribs. Let me get some cheesy potatoes.
Really?
Yes. Are you kidding me?
Are you a barbecuer?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I couldn't even turn on a grill.
That's disappointing. Don't you have one a grill at your house?
I don't. We need to get one.
Oh, you got time now. It's kind of cold now.
Yeah, now that we got the crib. That's actually kind of the vibe, is getting a grill, but then getting other people over.
Would you ever let me house sit your home?
Yes.
And then what are the rules? Like if I wanted to like, yo, Sam, I need like 2 to 3 somebody's daughters at your house. That's the vibe. Crazy. Would you do it?
I would go Bill Clinton military, don't ask, don't tell.
Nice. Nice.
My rules would be no vaping or smoking.
Nice. Okay.
And
inside or outside too? Vaping outside? Vaping outside's chill.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
There's a no smoking policy in the town I live in.
Oh, really? Is it really?
Yeah. But I would say the rules would be no parties and no drugs.
That's fair. I don't do drugs, so
I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying if anybody was. Because I've thought about it before. I've thought about like...
one of my guests.
For those that don't know LA, I live in a part of LA where it's like a little...
No black people are allowed. But go ahead, finish. Oh, sorry.
Thank you for that. I hate you. I live in a part of LA where it's a little farther out from LA. It's a little more suburban. It's a little
Small
more by the
town.
beach. And so like it is a nice escape. Stop it. So I have thought about like, oh, when I'm out of town, like it would be nice. Okay, house sit, nothing's going to happen to the house, but it also might be nice for one of the comedian homies who like live in Hollywood where there's just street people.
Yeah. Doing it.
Yeah. Like, oh, get to the neighborhood and, hang out, be by the beach. And so I've thought about like, yeah, but it would just be no parties, no.
The only thing
smoking.
too, though, I feel like when you live with your girl, it's different. Like, you don't want, like, when I'm more willing to open my home up as a single man than like if I was living with a young lady.
Yeah, that's happened before where like I had the manager from my, does he listen to this podcast?
Just bleep out, bleep out the detail.
I've had it before where someone comes to LA. Well, there are multiple things on this. Someone comes to LA and they're hinting that they need a place to stay.
Yeah.
Our flight got delayed till tomorrow, so now it's either sleep in the airport. Like we might just have to sleep in the airport tonight. First off, if you need to stay with me, ask me straight up.
Be a man. I'm 40.
10 toes.
Yeah.
Ask me.
Pussy.
But I didn't say that.
You meant it though. In pre-production, you said it. Like, I'm gonna tell the story about my friend who want to stay with me, and he's kind of
okay.
Pussy,
For the first off, the fact that we have pre-production meetings is laughable. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's somebody who I'm still in touch with that I know from college, and then somebody random that I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm just living by myself, great. I have to leave early in the morning for work, but like you guys can stay here and leave when you need to. But like my wife, like someone she doesn't know, and another person who she kind of knows, but isn't like has love for. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, you stay here, and then I'm gonna leave early in the morning, and then my wife is just gonna be there alone with two random guys.
Yeah.
But then I feel like it's like a tough balance because it's like, well, I want to like make sure my wife's comfortable, but I also don't want to be like a bad person who's like not opening up my home to people in need.
But don't though.
Yeah, so I did it in that situation.
You did not?
No.
Good.
But like, yeah, if...
You don't owe people shit.
I mean, but the whole like, what would Jesus do? Be loving to the last, the lost, the least.
Yeah. People also died in the Bible a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he let a lot of stuff slide. Like, he wouldn't know. Jesus wasn't no hoe. He let
Yeah, I mean, God had a lot of love for David, and he purposely had somebody's husband killed so he could slide in.
So what are we talking about? And you worried about somebody having somebody to sleep for 4 hours.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think about that often. There's so many times where I'm like, oh, I'll totally just have people over. But then it's like, oh.
I just want to have a barbecue with like women and like loud music in your backyard without you there.
If I wanted to have without me there, that's messed up.
I mean, you can't partake in this. I just need to be like on Instagram, like, yeah, we are here,
If I had a barbecue at my house
party,
would you come and be the grill master?
I'm not a grill master, but I could get nice. I could do burgers, hot dogs, and chicken.
Yeah, you'd do
and
that.
And then maybe like if I really spent time thinking about like ribs, I could maybe do like a rack of ribs. I've done that like once before.
Yeah, hot dogs is all I'm comfortable doing on the grill.
Yeah, hot dogs, beef patties, and some chicken wings. That's easy work for your boy.
Mm. Well, maybe I'll get a grill just for you to come be the grill master.
But you got to have some young ladies there for it to be motivation.
You can control the guest list.
No, I can't.
Why not?
Because they're all going to be African Americans.
Great.
Sam, you don't know your neighborhood has a limit.
don't do that.
Another one of the ordinances.
All right, we haven't even got to our typical starting segment. Danny Sellers, mental health check. Can I say what my mental health is on first before you get on your... We're sports fans here.
Yeah.
My mental health is like the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you've been following as of recording, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 6 wins, 3 losses. But if you look at the stats, they have been outgained in every single game.
Mentally.
The other team gets more yards than they do.
Physically.
And overall on the season, they've given up more points than they've got. Yeah. And somehow they have double the amount of wins than losses. So even when things are going right, it still feels awful.
Yeah.
And that's what my mental health is on.
Yeah.
Not everything's not bad, but it feels I'm still very, I got privilege on my side. I got nice things in my life. I have good friends like Danny Sellers. Shout out. But it feels like I should be losing a lot more than I am. And even the wins still feel like losses.
Yeah, you have Mike Tomlin vibes for sure.
Shout out Mike Tomlin, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
A very black, good, consistent black man. Yeah, bro. I mean, similarly, bro. I was talking last night. I don't have like a quick, short and sweet mental health check, but I've been purposely just trying to do less and say no to more things.
The power of no.
Yeah, and going into the we work in entertainment, and so going into the new year, the city of LA kind of closes. Sporadic, not sporadic, but like Thanksgiving, a week of Thanksgiving is super slow. And then you might have like a week or so into December, then everything's kind of like, all right, we'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. Yep. So I'm trying to just get ahead of that slowness by really taking this month off of just the rat race of stand up and slide into December. So then come January 1st, I've had like a couple of months of laying low versus going hardcore until December 22nd. Having like a week and a half to chill, and then not feeling refreshed. Cause I just been going so hard this year. I mean, like I'm getting burnt out faster now, and I'm sure you feel similarly. Yeah. And I didn't really know my limit until recently, where I'm like, oh, this is my limit of like I can't just white knuckle it. Right. Life in general, So it's just being cognizant of that and like, all right, I'm gonna make the decision today to not do work, right, or to not take this gig. Because I could wear myself thin and make that extra $100, $200, whatever, or I could be realistic and sleep in and work out, and think about what I'm gonna write next, or go get dinner with somebody, whatever it is. So maybe some people are also thinking about that going into the next year, and how they're planning next year, and how the holidays are gonna go, and all this kind of shit. And a lot of us don't really get a lot of time off. Even like people that work in retail and stuff like that, they don't get like a lot of time off. Right. So just be cognizant of like getting ahead of the vacation time that we may or may not get. Right. And be
comfortable saying no.
Yeah. Like people that I could imagine people that work like retail, like during Black Friday and all this kind of crazy shit. Like, bro, just take care of yourself, man, because that stuff is stressful.
Are you a big Black Friday guy?
No, I'm not. But I just know people will go crazy during Black
Honestly,
Friday.
and maybe this is coming from privilege, but like I would rather spend $100 extra on a TV than deal with all the crazy people pushing and shoving.
No, I mean 100 or go without. Right. It's just like, those people that are just looking for those deals on those specific days, it's kind of like this is not as fun, and Yeah. I'm excited for the holiday season though.
That makes one of us, brother.
I mean, look, it's my first season. Well, I won't say first. Last year I was by myself, but it was like really crazy circumstances. So this year it's going to be different for the first
Purposely
time.
On yourself.
Yeah.
On your own.
Right. Like I'll do Friendsgiving here.
Purposely on yourself is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of nasty. You a freaky ass dude. I always knew it was kind of freaky.
Hey yo.
hey yo. So I'll do Friendsgiving here, and then I'll do Christmas probably in Florida. So I will be with family and whatever, but like
we both going to the South for Christmas.
Where are you going?
North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Little Raleigh action.
You doing Bojangles? You gotta do Bojangles and Cookout.
Cookout hits every single time. Yeah. Not that I've had it that many times, but like you get full entrees as sides there, as the Lord intended. Like I ordered a burger and they're like, what do you want as your sides? I'm like, what can I get? And they're
Two
like,
sides.
Yeah, and it's like quesadillas and hot dogs and like, Bojangles.
Don't say it. Don't say anything you were gonna fucking say, because now I'm gonna get pissed off, and now we're gonna actually stop this podcast.
Bojangles. Maybe I just went to a bad one. I got a breakfast sandwich at Bojangles, just a biscuit and chicken. It was really dry. And
that's not what you get. When you go next, go get the Supreme combo with chicken strips, fries, big thing of honey mustard, and the drink. That's like the staple.
I think I'm gonna go to Zaxby's.
Don't do that, because now you're gonna piss me off.
Is Bojangles better than Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is mid. I mean, Chick-fil-A is mid, all things considered. It's good, but it's mid. It's good mid.
I mean, I know you love their politics, but
yeah, you know me. I'm sponsored by Chick-fil-A.
I just go for the sport.
You just tip extra. Let's get a water and I'll tip you, brother. Hey man, I love what you guys are doing,
dude. I love fast food so much. I've had McDonald's twice in the past week.
That's too much.
I know, but I had a gift card. Because my mom just passed away, like people just send gift cards to the family, and no one wanted the McDonald's ones, and so I'm like, and when I'm substitute teaching, it's just there's always McDonald's close by.
So like Russell Westbrook meme where you just like fake eating like on the bench, like kind of slack.
It is kind of sad though that like it's literally me, like by the time I run out of my classroom, drive to the McDonald's, get back. It's just me having to eat a 10-piece chicken nugget and fries in under 4 minutes.
That's crazy work, bro.
Just to go back to the classroom. What? Okay, here's another. People had fun with our blind ranking. And speaking of fast food.
All right.
Blind ranking pizza joints.
Okay.
So 1 is going to be obviously the best. 5 is going to be the worst.
Gotcha.
Or least favorable.
Okay.
So first up, we got Pizza Hut.
4.
Strong 4.
Strong 4. Maybe even 5 or 4.
Pizza Hut, low-key, I haven't had Pizza Hut in a long time. But you remember that show, Jersey Shore?
Yeah.
They problematically would say, like, okay, there's a group of girls. One of us is going to have to fall in the grenade.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut's kind of the grenade, low-key.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got...
It fell off.
So you got Pizza Hut at 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Papa John's.
Ooh, Papa, racism too. That helps. Shout out to
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, Shaq saved the day.
He had to cut. Wasn't it like Papa John was like saying the N-word and stuff?
Yeah. The Papa of Papa John's was like.
I mean, any man who calls himself Papa.
Yeah.
Outside of like living in a Christmas town and being an elf.
And it's funny, he has like super dyed hair. Like, bro, you're 68 with like pitch black hair. Give it up.
We see you, Curb Street. Quit dyeing the hair.
Okay,
we see you.
Yeah, like we know we've been on TV for 30 years, brother. It's all right.
Stop.
Papa John's. I might give that a solid 3.
You get the pepper, you get the garlic sauce.
Yeah. I feel like they fell off too a little bit, but they can be really good.
Okay. It's Little Caesars.
The thing is, it's so cheap that it almost gives it the benefit of the doubt, but it is 5. It could be
You're giving Little Caesars a 5?
That's the worst, right?
Yeah.
It's disgusting, but it's cheap.
I would say the dollar to taste ratio.
You Keith Lee, I'm gonna.
I got it. Let's try it.
I'm gonna rate pizza from 1 to 5.
I'm actually lactose intolerant, so I can eat this. So I have my family here to taste it for me.
My stomach hurts, and I'm going to boo-boo on myself. Let's rank it 1 to 5.
Keith Lee. Shout out Keith Lee. And if you don't know who Keith Lee is, you are not on TikTok, I guess.
I think that's 5.
But Little
Caesars is 5.
Okay,
the fact that you walk in and it's pre-made already, that's just.
But it's hot and ready,
bro. That is. You're not even giving me the illusion that you're making it.
Which I know Danny has a few contacts names in his phone as hot and ready.
Yeah, 1 through 5. Hot and ready.
Crazy. I immediately feel guilty about that one.
No, you said
Little Caesars. Look, okay, compared to Papa John's, does it taste better than Papa John's? Probably not. Is it that much worse for anywhere from a half to a third of the price? It's like In-N-Out versus Five Guys. Yeah, Five Guys is better because it's like $20. But In-N-Out, like you get a double cheeseburger for like $7.
I don't know. I think I might disagree with that. In-N-Out, I mean, Five Guys kind of slapped. It's just too many hood niggas that work at Little Caesars. Like the people that work at Little Caesars are murderers. It feels like it, at least.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I feel like the crossover of the universe of Little Caesars to Waffle House, the multiverse is the same human beings that like
it's He Who Remains, but just in a different era. Like it's from a different universe.
Like it's the same. Like I'm the Waffle House version of Danny. Oh, I'm the Little Caesars version of Danny. Like you both are on some weird low-key, you know.
I don't know. Little Caesars got me through high school. Okay.
And that's what it's for. That's why it's 5. But I think it could be 4 maybe, but it's 5.
I feel like I set you up because my next one is Chuck E. Cheese.
All right, so let me tell you. So I lived in Chicago for a little bit, so I'm like slightly like a pizza, not snob, but just like
long live deep dish,
kind of. But even that more so, I'm expecting you to say like a nice niche pizza spot.
No, I'm doing all fast food pizza spots.
Right. So I'm thinking it was like Illuminati's or, whatever. I mean, Chuck E. Cheese, I got to bump that. I mean, that's 4.
But you already gave your 4. Are you putting it at 2 or 1?
2.
All right.
At least you can go play games. And
then the last one is Domino's.
Domino's is probably my one, though, out of those.
I would say Domino's.
Domino's definitely had a rebrand where it's like kind of slaps on a consistent basis.
I love Domino's all day, every day. It's great pizza.
Yeah, you can't even sit there. They don't even let you sit. Like, bro, we're going to give you this pizza and get out.
It's always like you can get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for like $6 each.
Yeah. No, it's good. Domino's slaps.
If you're balling on a budget.
Also always heard that Domino's was the easiest franchise to start. Like if you want to own a franchise.
Oh, yeah.
You can just like, it's like 15 bands. You just like get a Domino's real quick. That's what I wish. My wish was that I had the guts to be a drug dealer for like 3 years and open up like 2 to 3 Domino's and just like get paid off that.
That'd be incredible. Speaking of easiest to franchise, what were when we did this blind ranking last, was it Denny's?
Was what? It was.
We did breakfast places, right?
Yeah, like IHOP, Denny's, something.
TGI Fridays. Somebody I'll have to go back on YouTube. I should have came prepared with this. But somebody commented that the reason there's so many, nothing bun cakes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we talked about nothing bun cakes that episode. It's like, why are there so many nothing bun cakes? It's literally just bun cakes. That's all they serve. I need to look into this, but somebody commented on YouTube that they said the reason there's so many nothing bun cakes is because there's a way for people who don't have citizenship, like, it's an organization that like if you franchise one, it can like give you citizenship.
Oh, really?
Which if that's true, that's
kind of tight. Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
I mean, I feel like you're kind of against it a little bit, but that's tight.
Well, I'm against it because you have to have the money to franchise something. What about the poor? What about the financially?
Gotcha. I thought you felt.
And I tried to like make myself the hero there, and it kind of came off more problematic.
I thought it was a different kind of thing. You didn't want that in your small town.
Try this in a small town. Bun cakes? Not in my small town.
In a small town is crazy.
Yeah.
That's my ranking, bro. Yeah, I mean, look, Domino's definitely is. If I'm going to get fast food pizza, it needs to be Domino's.
Yeah.
Long story short,
I've seen advertisements that like Chuck E. Cheese now on like Grubhub or DoorDash, and honestly, I think you should. If you order Chuck E. Cheese pizza on DoorDash, that should land you on a list on Homeland Security.
Because there's multiple levels of Chuck E. Cheese for one. Why? Kids don't even want to be outside anymore. It's like, why are you even bringing kids to Chuck E. Cheese? That's one. 2, you're going to, the filter of using Grubhub is disgusting. Because you got somebody to pick it up, it's sitting in their back of their Corolla for 45 minutes. And somebody's ass was there 2 minutes earlier. This musty Corolla. Also, Ubers are being, all right, look. Ubers are so musty these days. Have you been in an Uber lately, bro?
Honestly, no.
I was in an Uber this weekend. They're half the time, at least they're musty, and we need to have a dialogue about musty Ubers.
Ubers are the new Airbnb. Like Airbnb is like, we're cheaper than hotels, and now they're more expensive, and it's like kind of gross, or like you got to do too much. Taxis are now, I honestly taxi from LAX whenever I don't have a ride because it'll be half the price.
Right. And they're just like, they're professional. They don't want to talk to their professional. They just like get you there and it's easy.
Yeah, they know, like you don't even have to like, they don't even follow the app. You just tell them cross streets and they just know how to get there.
Yeah. No, Uber sucks. You kind of really have to get like the XLs and whatnot. Or like the luxury ones for it to be like kind of even relatively pleasant. But
dude, one time I was at South by Southwest, the huge musical. It's a bunch of different things. Festival in Austin, Texas, and me and my wife were hanging out, and this woman gets she's like, okay, I'm gonna get my Uber, and I'm a nosy person, and she orders an XL, and I knew she had been with a bunch of people that day. I'm like, oh, did you mean to order an XL? Which I shouldn't have. Mind my own business. My bad. But she's like, yeah, I need extra space from the driver. And so this person literally got an Uber XL
Dolo.
Just so they could sit, by themselves, just so they could sit in the third row so they could be as far away from the driver as possible.
Which is like COVID times?
No, this was pre-COVID.
Wow, that's crazy.
That like, I don't know if that's rich person behavior, or if that's just
psychopath behavior.
Like I can't be around. Like at that point, just hire a personal driver.
But just being in this cramped back seat in the back corner, all you see is your light.
Also, to get to the third row of like SUVs, half the time you have to climb over. Your feet are up in the air.
Yeah, that's nasty work.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
And all you see is like in the back mirror is like somebody's phone and their face illuminated in this dark back seat, just like texting back and forth.
Yeah.
Are you a talker in the Ubers or are you silent?
Don't talk to me in an Uber. I think it's the worst when I'm in other cities for comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you here for? Work? What do you do? And in comedy, and they like bring up Matt Rife, and I'm just like, I don't. Please don't do that.
Yeah, I don't. I like to say like, hey, how's it going? And whoop whoop.
Yeah, polite. I'll be polite.
But I don't want to have a dialogue.
I'm not going to talk on the phone either in an Uber. I'm just going to like put in headphones and.
Yeah, in fact, if I have to talk, if someone's going to call me, I'm gonna talk quietly though. I'm like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, girl, you crazy, whatever, like on the speaker, like, oh, that's wild. I can't stand.
Don't you mean FaceTime?
No, I mean on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you something. Sam. Black people talk on the phone on speaker. It's a mental illness that we have. A lot of black people will talk on the phone like this, in their hand still, but it's on speaker.
Honestly, I do that a lot too. I don't like having it up to my ear.
Yeah, on the ear is crazy, but it's like, but black people do it when there's other people around though.
Yeah, the airport. Nothing gets me more heated than waiting at the airport gate and somebody's FaceTiming with no headphones in. Yeah, I mean, the airport's the worst place in the world. Boo-booing at the airport is the scariest thing ever. It's the nastiest, because all these like 58-year-old white businessmen that have been like drinking whiskey and like cheating on their wives all weekend, coming in and like just boo-booing. It's just like, the bathrooms are disgusting. I don't know if I told this on the pod once, but me and my wife were flying to Paris. And first off, my wife looks fairly young for her age, especially this was like 4 or 5 years ago. And so we're flying in this guy. The security person is like, and miss, where's your chaperone? Like they thought she was too young to be flying by herself. I think you told her, that's crazy. Yeah. And then like the dude, like she's like, oh no, this is my husband. Like it's actually my 26th birthday, whatever. And then the guy's patting me down because like something's like off on my reading or whatever. And he has to pat me down. And he's like, well, go ahead and enjoy your young wife. And just like, what is TSA people? TSA people are crazy. Anyway, so on that trip, we go, like she has the status where like on international trips, we get free access to the lounge. Oh, nice. And it's just like unlimited alcohol. Yeah. And snacks and food. And there's showers and big rest truck stop shower vibes. But there's this kid could not have been older than 22 years old, schlumped. Like, someone who doesn't know how to act around an open bar. Like this dude like clearly had about like 6 Jack and Cokes. And he was slumped over, but it was midnight. It was a layover. So it was like they're closing down. They literally had to wake him up to kick him like, hey sir. And they're being so nice. I see this guy trying to walk out of the lounge. He has his back up against the wall. Like as if he's scaling like a tall building. He's literally scaling against the wall. Lit. He was on our flight. And I didn't realize this until this is in Detroit. We're going Detroit to Paris. So it's a long flight. That's not even, I'm walking off. I see him getting off the plane. He has one foot with one shoe on, no sock, and another foot with no shoe but a sock. And his hair's messed up. Like he got blackout drunk before this flight that he was landing in another country, just didn't even know where he was. Are you a big drinker before flights? Never. Because being on a plane up in the air is the same as being in the desert. Like that's how dehydrating it is. So that's why like you have like 2 drinks. It's like there's no moisture in the air. Yeah. That's why you get extra. You have to drink on a plane? I would have like a beer or 2 at most. Sure. Like, when I'm flying first class or like comfort, sure. If it's complimentary, like, yeah, I'll take one. Yeah, but I just, for me, being drunk on an airplane, it seems like the worst case scenario. I'm sitting down in a chair. I'm not trying to talk to people. Right. I just need a little bit of a buzz to just like maybe nod off or whatever. But like, I don't want to be smacked. I never understood that people get like hammered before a flight. It's the worst. Like I can maybe understand like taking a melatonin or something like that, like a CBD edible or something to like help you relax and sleep because it's not as comfortable. Yeah. But like getting drunk, because you got to piss a bunch,
It's just like, why? It seems weird.
The worst is I don't get upgraded to first class much, but when I do, the business guy who like loves the fact that he's in first class and wants to talk about how important his job is, and then his face is like blood, his eyes are bloodshot and his right because he's just throwing down drinks. He's like, and another thing, and another thing.
Can't wait to cheat.
Yeah, and it's just like I can't.
He hates his kids a little bit.
Before we get into Danny's ism, do you got anything else you got?
Nah, bruh. Hey, man, look.
For those new, Danny's ism, life lessons with Danny.
Yeah, my ism. I don't really have a crazy ism this week, man. But just take care of yourself, little babies. That's important.
Here's mine. Don't let how you act on the journey ruin the destination.
Oh, boy, it's succinct.
I'm in my bag.
Succincting.
Because it's just like,
yeah, okay.
I've had times in my life where I'm like, I'm helping someone out, and there's a lot of people helping someone out with something big, and everyone's getting like shout outs and praise. This was when I was younger, like very like, very young. And it's just like, now I'm acting all bitter and saying all these bad things in my head because it's like, well, I'm putting all this work and everyone's getting recognition and I'm not even.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden at the very end, and I want to give a special thanks to, and now I can't even enjoy that because I was so bitter in my head. Now I'm embarrassed that I let my bitterness and anger, or in comedy, I crushed on that show and I got these credits and that person isn't as good. And then all of a sudden a week later, I get the call, hey, we want to book you for this show. Mm-hmm. Well, now I can't even be excited because I was running my mouth.
Right.
Right. And it's just like, it's all going to work out in the end. Maybe not how you think it's going to, but yeah, like just don't let how you act on the journey ruin the destination. Because then you get to destinations so few times that like you want to be able to maximize enjoying it. Yeah. So like if you're acting all crazy before you get there, you don't even get you're taking enjoyment away from yourself. So that's normally I leave the guest preaching to Danny, but that's my
man. Look, bro, I think we're both been at very super sensitive times in our lives, and it's been interesting to document this on this podcast. And the journey, because it's just so hard, and it's so like any little thing. I was talking to my man about this, Torrance, about this the other night. We were getting drinks and just talking about just the journey and the work ethic that it takes to kind of do stuff that's not as structured. Yeah. And it's like every day I look at this thing this journey we're on is like, we're in the biggest city in the world doing this thing. Yeah. And any given restaurant we go to, it might be 2 or 3 other comedians, 2 or 3 other artists, 2 or 3 other singers. And there's people that are willing to risk their whole worlds for this dream. They're sleeping on couches. Right. They're doing whatever. They're getting fired. And some of us want a little bit more luxuries while we're going through the thing where maybe I've lost a lot doing this, marriage and fucking jobs, all this kind of stuff. Yeah. But there's people that are willing to even go even further, right, to follow their dreams. Yeah. And the hard part about that is like, you got to give yourself grace, because we all have those thoughts because we're sacrificing so much sometimes to go through the thing that, yeah, bro, I'm going to be a little bit salty when I don't get something that somebody else does because I just lost a lot of time or energy or whatever to pursue this thing. So it is a good thing that you're acknowledging that, because I have those moments. We all have those moments too. But it's like, also acknowledge the insanity of what we're doing, and that like it's okay to feel some kind of way about.
Yeah, you can't just fake happiness. Like I don't say that to say just be happy all the time. Like have real emotions, anger, have questions, whatever. But just don't take it to a level of like
facts, right?
Like I think there's like I think we've talked about this before, but like, oh, if I could just get to this level, then I'll be happy. But then once, like, the person with $5 million is happy until they see the person with $6 million. Right. And so it's like, Seth Meyers is one of the most successful comedians of all time. Yeah. Weekend Update, longtime writer, has a late night television show on network. But I'm sure there's times where he's like, well, why aren't I Jimmy Fallon? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so you could always, like, he is in the 99.9999999 for like repeating forever of success stories. But like, yeah, so that's more like, yeah, don't let hey, you made it to an insane destination. Like, don't let you
I've also been talking to. I was talking to Corey after this cool show. If you are in LA, Scoop de Boopties. I guess the last show is next month. Scoop de Boopties, Max Castillo.
Oh yeah, we
show.
had him on the pod.
Yeah, and we're talking house show. We're talking afterwards. I was talking to Corey, one of our friends, Corey Young, another funny comedian, and we were talking about just he's putting some stuff out this fall. I put pound for pound out, and we're talking about the next things and what's going on in the next. He was just like, what's your end goal with all this shit? Because like, as we converse with our friends and our peers, a lot of us all have different end goals.
Yeah.
Some people want to be the biggest comedian in the world and Andrew Schultz and selling out Madison Square Garden. Some of us want to just be able to go on the road and tour. Some of us want to be somewhere in the middle.
Right.
So I think that's so important to understand, like, what is your end goal?
Yeah.
So that when you do hit it, even if that's just the first edition of your goals, you can celebrate hitting that. But if you kind of just are aimlessly in the world trying to strive for shit, it's tough. Like for me, I want to have a fucking nice little 2-bed, 2-bath house in the hills somewhere, old Jeep and a fucking 911, and my mom doesn't have to work. That's like really, that's my goal. Once I hit that, everything else is fucking kosher. You know what I'm saying? I can take vacations. I can wear fly clothes, and like that's really my goal. Yeah. And that still is millions of dollars living in LA, and that's a lot of money.
Right.
But I don't need to be, if I can sell out arenas at some point, fired. I'm gonna work towards that.
Right.
But I'm gonna be super happy once I hit that fucking first notch of like, damn, I got a nice fly little crib. My mama doesn't work anymore, and I have a fucking 911 in my garage.
Right. That's a Porsche, right?
Yeah.
Don't just throw out, I have a 911.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You know me.
Danny wants to.
Big terrorism vibes.
No, I'm with that. Guys, if you haven't streamed Pound for Pound, Danny Sellers, Pound for Pound on YouTube.
Yeah, do that, please.
Go run those numbers up if you haven't already. I'm Samuel Sleeves on social media. He's Follow Sellers on social media. Email us, callbackspod@gmail.com. We love answering questions. Like someone sent in a question, Death Row Meals. We love hearing from you guys. So slide in the DMs, callbackspod on Instagrams. We appreciate the love.
If you've seen us on YouTube, shout out to my Wyoming Cowboys, Cincinnati shit, stand up. It's a authentic track. I stole this from the track team back in 2008. Sorry.
I love stealing high school jerseys that you're supposed to return. No, I don't have that anymore, Coach. Yeah. Those are vibes. Still rate and review, follow, all that good stuff. Subscribe on YouTube. We love you. Get home safe.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.